Guys, I'm excited to show you this particular car. Don't worry about the name. It's the Geely XingYuan. Now, in Australia, it's not confirmed, and quite frankly, so far, it's not looking positive. But it's also not got that name in export markets when it does leave China. But this is the #1 selling car this year in China, and for $10,000 US, I'll show you why. Come with me and you'll see LED daytime running lights just here and LED headlights. This little chrome highlight just here, plus at the front, it's nice and sleek. Front camera, because it does have a 360-degree camera system. One other party trick up its sleeve, let me pop this and show you. As we open up the surprise in the front, it's a funky frunk, because you could literally get funky with how much space you can plan a party for. You could fit everything you need in here, carry-on suitcase for the airport, perhaps your groceries so that they're not rolling around the back. And if you want to maybe store anything that needs to keep some eyes off it, maybe at the beach, it's also a really safe place to keep stuff stored, because anyone that's breaking into a car isn't popping open a bonnet most of the time. I do also like that it has struts at the top here on both sides. They've gone through to adding a little bit of additional expense or cost to their manufacturing, but to give you a really good, pleasant experience that makes the car feel premium, rather than having that really cheap feeling, you know, kind of open the bonnet and then just try to find the little cable or cord pole thing that sticks up. That just, quite frankly, makes an expensive car feel cheap. Now, this car here has plenty of room inside, so join me on that side and I'll show you what you get on the inside. Moving through to the inside, you have this beautiful cityscape that's been decorating all of the little gloss black areas. So it's not just big and bold glossy black areas that are going to show scratches. You get a nice little decoration in there. You also have this snack drawer, because this car is perfect for road trips. It has plenty of range, and look, in fairness, it has plenty of room for most weekends away with your friends. Plus, snacks on a busy commute, it's a perfect place to grab them. Over here you have a wireless charging pad. It's also ventilated and fanned so that you can keep that area cool. And one thing I've noticed is as you stick your hand here, this whole area is actually cooler than the rest of the surrounding area. So potentially the way that this has been designed here also aids in keeping that area cool, so your device isn't going to overheat while it's trying to charge on the wireless charger. You've got this little toggle here that makes it feel like you're flicking some switches to maybe end civilization as we know it, but we're in the wrong country, so you're probably not in that kind of realm of things to do. Reverse, neutral and drive, nice and easy. Park, air conditioning, quick access button. I love that it's quick access rather than having to dig through this screen. However, I will give it credit, the way that they've laid out this screen is actually pretty easy to navigate, so that's really good. This screen would change in Western markets because it needs Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but there's more to tell in that story. Cup holders just here and a little storage just there. Armrest with a very deep cubby that actually goes in quite deep down here. And the seat is pretty adjustable. The one thing that I wish it did have is like height adjustment or reach adjustment on the steering wheel. It's unfortunately only tilt, but you can't ask for everything for this price point and for a car that actually feels really premium. Now, you do have airbags, so you're not going to be in a car that is unsafe. You've got airbags literally all around you, side curtain airbags. There's no knee airbag, but I'm sure that could change. And outside of that, really comfortable seating and driving position, and very good on visibility around the whole cab of the car, which again, a lot of cars nowadays, they're going for windows that just don't help parking and even just navigating for safety. So I actually really like this car. Let's check out the backseat space. I did before and you're gonna love it. The backseat space is, as you can see, pretty fun to actually have some fun with, because you get some pretty deep leg room here. You can move your feet quite freely. This is actually in the driving position that I would have been in. So you've got your seat in a comfortable position. The passengers behind you still have a bit of space. Little bit of support maybe could be added just underneath the thigh at the front, but that is quite similar to most Chinese cars, and let's face it, height might be a little bit different in some Asian markets. You have a USB outlet just here and air conditioning vents just here. The one thing with this vent though is you can't separate it. Or actually, I lie, I just discovered you can. The middle you can separate, so there you go. And outside of that, you're not really sitting upright. You're kind of in a nice, comfortable resting position when the door is closed. Cool thing for parents is you have ISOFIX ports just there for your child seats. nice and easily accessible. And the tether point is directly behind in the middle of the back seat, not at the bottom of the back of the seat, making it really easy if you are trying to put child seats in and have that nice safe seating environment for your kids. Now let's jump in the back and see what you get in the boot. Moving to the rear, you have a very nicely designed rear tail light, and it has really good side visibility as well, which a lot of these small hatches sometimes don't have good side visibility for the rear tail lights. You have parking sensors at the rear and a camera system. Electronic tailgate on a car that's $10,000 US. That's unheard of. And a really deep recess in the back here where you can fit basically everything. There's no cargo shelf or parcel shelf at the top here, that's the only thing. And down the bottom, this doesn't come out. So in terms of a spare wheel, I would almost say it's safe to say that it's probably a tire inflation kit. But to give you context of just how much space is in there, as a 5'10" person, that's me sitting in here. It's not terrible. For a small hatch, it's probably one of the most generous small hatches in its category if it were to come to Australia. So let me know, would you consider this compared to a cheap petrol car, or perhaps a slightly more expensive hybrid or even electric car that currently is in market? Should Geely bring this car to Australia? Let me know in the comments section so we can let Geely know if you want this car in Australia. And I reckon it would be an absolute hot seller.